I'm Lauren, and today I'm doing another one of the collection videos type thing. Today I'm going over the PSP games that we have. PSP is not something that I'm a huge fan for. The games are neat, but the problem is that, well, there's two problems. So the PSP, at least the one that I have, the battery dies really fast. So whenever I want to play it, it's always out of battery, and whenever I do get to play it, I don't get to play it for very long, or I have to keep it plugged in, and that is kind of lame for a portable system. Maybe I can just get a new battery and it'll be fine, I don't know. The other thing that is unfortunately not really easily fixable is that physical PSP games, they're not a cart, and they're not a disc, they're a UMD. They're a cart thing with the disc in it, and it's weird, and I don't really like it because I feel like if it gets scratched, then I can't fix it, and it's not a cart, so it's like the worst of both worlds for me. And I guess also as well, the PSP makes a lot of noise and spitting, and I get worried about jostling it around too much, so I don't tend to care for that as much. But I do like to pick up some PSP games because, I mean, they're really cheap, and I'm trying to get over that fear of mucking them up. And there's some exclusives that are only physical PSP. I do try and get digital so I can play it on my Vita and then the Vita TV kind of thing. But there are definitely some physical exclusives, so can't get them anywhere else. And part of me is hoping that one day that there'll be a clone console that you just stick a PSP game and hook it up to your TV and then play that. That'd be really nice. But I don't think such a thing exists quite yet. Although I guess maybe I could get an emulation thing and then maybe emulate PSP. I don't know. Either way, don't have too many PSP games, so let's just get into them. First, we have a weird one. I can't fully read this, and my brain kind of hurts. I don't feel like trying too hard. But it says in English on here, the record of Piposaro War. This is a spin-off from the Ape Quest series. We never got a physical edition of this in English, but it is available digitally. I think it's just called Ape Quest. This is a spin-off of Ape Escape, and the English name of the spin-off is Ape Quest. I don't know if I said it wrong the first time, but I think I did. Anyway, it's just like a really simple RPG series where you're playing the monkey, and I think you're trying to get the MacGuffins, save the world. I don't think it's a very plot-heavy thing. It's more of a comedic type thing. I haven't played too much of it, because I haven't played this. I've downloaded the Ape Quest so I can actually play it without having to struggle through Japanese. Although the annoying thing with the English version is that because of Sony closing down the storefront for getting PSP and PS3 and all those types of games, it's really hard to get the English version of this. It doesn't show up easily on either a PS3 or a Vita. It was really annoying for me to finally figure that out. And that was before actually they fully closed down that storefront. I'm pretty sure the physical edition has everything, but how it got released in North America, at least, it might be easier in other regions, is you download a demo which contains the first bit of the game, and then you have to buy a pack with all the other chapters of the game as a DLC. It's easy enough to get the DLC, but it's really tricky. It was really tricky for me to find the demo, which you need to play the game. You can't just buy the DLC and call it good. You need the demo, or else you can't play the game, as it acts as how to start the game. If you basically upgrade it from the demo to the full game when you buy the DLC. It's kind of strange. So I don't know if it's worth the effort to try and go through all those hoops or not, because I've heard it's a pretty simple RPG, but I mean, I did it. Yay, go me. So you may or may not be able to get it anymore legally, so thanks Sony if that's the case. Moving on, we have some classic stuff. We have Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2. These are remakes of 1 and 2, haha, from the NES. I've heard these are pretty good remakes, and I want to play through all of the Final Fantasy games. And these are digital on the PAL PSN store, I think, or EU, I don't know how you say it on there, but they're not in the North American one for some reason, which is really dumb. You can get the PS1 version, which can, and Final Fantasy Anthology, which I think has both of these, but apparently the load time is pretty poop, so that's not ideal, so that's why I got these. They're classic Final Fantasy, haven't quite played them yet, probably pretty old school. I think these are a little bit easier than the original version, so that's nice, at least when I get to that. Then we have, this is one of Devin's games, Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions. It's a Final Fantasy Tactics game. It is Tactics. I think this is a remake of the one on the PS1, but I don't know, because I just go, yeah, Tactics. I have tried the first one on PS1, but it's rough. Then we have Girl Lancer Wayfarer of Time, which has the front cover, but unfortunately not a side or a back for some reason. I think this is a strategy RPG from what I remember. Again, I haven't played this. I kind of picked it up randomly, and I've heard Girl Lancer is a pretty good RPG series. It's pretty old school, so this could be a remake, it could be a new one, I don't actually know. It doesn't help that since there's no back, I can't actually read the description. I could look it up, I guess, but not during this video on that. And then we have Grand Knight's History. This one I picked up in Japan for pretty cheap. I've heard good things, and it's an RPG. I think it's an action one, but I don't really remember. And then we have some that I've actually played. We have Hatsune Miku Project Diva and Hatsune Miku Project Diva 2nd. These are rhythm games with Hatsune Miku and other Vocaloids, and yeah, it's pretty addicting, fun rhythm game. I think this one only has Miku, and this one has other Vocaloids as well. And these are the first, I'm pretty sure these are the first rhythm games featuring Miku and other Vocaloid games. And I really like the Vocaloids, a lot of Vocaloid soundtrack songs, whatever. So I definitely wanted to pick these up in Japan, and I played them both, and yeah, they're both pretty good. And then we have Hex Force. I don't know if that's actually how to pronounce it, because it's HEXYZ. They're like, you can't call it Hex Force, let's put a YZ at the end to make it more RPG, I guess. This is another RPG. This one has 2 separate characters they can play as, and they have like separate storylines, but they're interconnected kind of thing, I think. Haven't played this one either. I don't know if it's an action RPG or not. I can't actually tell based off the screenshots, but again, this one is one that I've heard was good. Oh, it's by Sting as well, so they tend to make kind of weird games. I like how it says on the back, more than 20 minutes of anime movie cutscenes bring the adventure to life. Oh yeah, gotta advertise that we have anime cutscene. Then we have this dual pack of Hot Shots Golf Open Tee and Hot Shots Tennis Get a Grip. I do like arcadey sports games, and I think I got this as a gift from my bro just randomly, so thank you, bro. I haven't played these quite yet though, because again I'm like, playing in the PSP, but they're both as their own little cases in this dual pack thingy-majiggy. Then we have one that I don't know how to pronounce, but this is in the series of the Arishiga games, which we only got one of them on the Vita, digital only in North America actually. So this one is a PSP game in that series. I think it's a remake from the PS1 version, or port, I don't know. This is the series is turn-based RPG, and there's this whole thing where your family is cursed, where you and all of your descendants will die really quickly, and so you have to keep your family line going and trying to break the curse. Pretty interesting what I played of the Vita version. I haven't played this one, so I don't know how different it is and all that. But again, I found it in Japan. It looked kind of interesting, and I don't think it was that expensive. And then we have, oh, I'm so sorry, I have stickers on this one, but this is Ponja. I had a hard time getting the stickers off, and I need to spend more time doing that. But another arcadey sports game. I don't think I played much of this one, but I definitely have played the original PC game, I think. I could be wrong. I played some version of this. And, because this is originally a Korean online PC game, I believe, with fantasy anime golf. Yeah, and it's fun. It's very silly and goofy, and yeah, I just had to pick this one up. It's not that expensive either, so that's great. Especially when you get a copy with stickers and gunk on it. Then we have one of Devin's games. This is Tactics Ogre, Let Us Claim Together. Again, Tactics RPG. I'm kind of scared. I feel like I've heard this one's difficult too, so that's not really a good recommendation for me. This is another Devin game. This is Valkyrie Profile Lenneth. I think this is a remake of the PS1 original, but I could be wrong. It says stunning all new CG cinemas, so that kind of indicates that it is a remake port or whatever. I think it's an action RPG. Don't know much else about it though, other than the PS1 version is really, really expensive. ZHP Unlosing Ranger versus Dark Death Evil Man. This is from Nipponichi. I'm pretty sure this is a roguelike game, by the sounds of what I've read a little bit of it. So I picked it up because I do like roguelikes. And yeah, haven't played it as well again because PSP is not really something I focus much on, but I pick up the games when I can kind of thing and find something interesting. And this one looks interesting. This one also kind of shot up in price a little bit from what I remember paying for it, I think. And then for the last one here, we have lots of Japanese kanji, which I cannot read, but this is in the Disaster Report series, which we got in North America as Disaster Report and Raw Danger are the first two, and then we got Disaster Report 4 on, I think it's on PS4 and Switch. So this is the third one, and I think it's only on PSP, and we just never got it because, I don't know. What's interesting about this though is that I feel like it may have been planned to get an English release, because if I open it, I got it complete, which is really nice. A little bit bent out of shape, but that's okay. But it also comes with a little, they call it an operations booklet. And it's in English and Chinese, so let me try and actually, can you see that? I don't know, maybe not, but it's in English, at least. So it has the basic controls, how to save, various actions you can do, what's in the menu, and it translates a lot of it, so, or at least a lot of the mechanical things. So I found it really interesting because that's more common with like an Asian release of something, but this is the Japanese version. I'm pretty sure. I should think it is. Maybe it's not and I'm mistaken, but it's Japanese everywhere, so I'm assuming it's the Japanese release. It's very confusing for me when I saw that, but it's handy. It's all in Japanese. It's only the operations sheet, quote unquote, that's in Chinese and English, so I don't know, but that's very interesting. Maybe that's not very interesting for you, but I don't see guide type things in English for non-English or Asian with English stuff. Anyway, those are all the PSP games that we have so far. Let me know what your thoughts are on any of these games, or let me know what your favorite PSP games are. I'd like to know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again in another video. Bye!